Todd, I was just thinking about the games last night out of the five, and there were a few instances where the team with less playoff experience maybe got a good start, and then the more experienced team came on. Did you notice that theme, and if so, do you think there's anything to that?
Well, I didn't get to see all of the other series, but there might be a common thread in there. Like we watched a bit of the Pittsburgh Columbus game, and obviously Columbus got off to a pretty good start and then fell behind. And what other games did we watch? We watched, maybe Ottawa again, Ottawa-Boston a little bit. I don't know about the Minnesota one because it was on while we played, and the Montreal one was out east. We didn't watch a lot of that, but there might be something to be said for that. The experienced veteran team played against the up-and-coming one and had the better of them on night one, and maybe there is a theme there.
Todd, last night, right after the game, you felt like your team didn't do a great job of grabbing the momentum back at times. Now that you've watched the film, do you look at specific areas of your team that could improve in so those momentum swings aren't as long in favor of San Jose?
Yeah, we did.
What did you uncover?
We uncovered a few things. Some of it, isn't even X's and O's or execution. Some of it is managing situations. And I think if we do a better job of that, we'll give ourselves a better chance to play a more effective game X and O-wise.
Just judging by a little bit of what you worked on, did you feel like maybe below the goal line weren't aggressive enough, or coverage was off, or what did you see there on the?
At this time of the year, you get 20 to 25 minutes of practice, and you pick your poison. And they always have been a strong team below the goal line, so we worked a little bit on that in the defensive area just to clarify some of our responsibilities. We gave up 2 goals from that area, so obviously it needed to be addressed amongst many other things.
Todd, just looking at the shift chart, Peter talked about he did a lot to try to get the Vlasic-Braun pairing as much as he could out against McDavid 5-on-5. The forward lines were a lot more even. Do you look to counter that at all as the series goes along? Is that, or is because there were so many penalties and when their play was on, there was a very few whistles? What's the strategy on that?
We had a 41-minute segment of the game, halfway through the first into halfway through the third. We took 12 minutes of penalties, and we had back-to-back power plays, so that really threw the rhythm of the game off a lot. In between there, we were caught on the ice a number of times, much too long. So it was a game that didn't favor us at all because of how we set it up, or how the timeline rolled out. And the penalties didn't help one bit. Looked at, I think Brent Burns had 10 minutes of power play time. Joe Pavelski had 8.5, which when you can put those type of players on the ice with an extra body for that amount of time, they're going to get some momentum and some energy. On the other hand, Nuge killed for 6.5. Take one of your top players out of the game, and he has to play without a teammate for that amount of time. You lose a little jump, you lose a little spunk, you're in defensive mindset, and you never really get going offensively. So there were some things in the game, as I mentioned earlier, that aren't totally X's and O's and matches that didn't help us at all.
The other day in here, you talked about the sort of the game within the game in terms of the evaluation process going forward. And I don't know if this relates to it too, but you guys haven't really looked like a I don't know what the phrase is, a fragile team this year, but it certainly looked like, I don't know if it was when Drake's stick broke or before that, but you look like a fragile team to some extent.
I don't, and I've used that word before, and probably shouldn't have, but I wouldn't use it in this case. We looked like a team that was a little bit on our toes early in the game, and then on our heels a little bit later. And I think there were factors that played into that. Some of them I mentioned already. But I don't think there's any fear of playing. I think teams get fragile when they're a little bit afraid to lose. We got nothing to lose. We're just going to go play and play hard. And, the experience questions that have come up about our team, we now have it. We have 1 game's worth of experience, and we learned a lesson. So good teams learn lessons and they become a better team the next night. That's what we're aiming for. Well, I think, don't take that evaluation part short term. It's long term. We're going to watch the series. We're going to watch the playoffs play out and make decisions on our roster moving forward as we continue to try and build towards a championship. And, that could happen this year. It could happen next year, the year after. But the playoffs are a little bit of a different animal, and you've got to look and watch your team closely to see how they respond to different situations, tighter checking, the emotional part of the game. And, we're doing that.
You say the playoffs are a different animal. What's the biggest difference between winning in April and winning in November?
Yeah. I have, we've talked, I don't know if we've mentioned it at all, we've talked about and the players would tell you, the little red box. We have this little red box of things that, and it's going to sound corny, that we think were important kind of from Christmas on that make a difference in winning and losing. And it's not about the reverse on the breakout. It's not about the face-off play that you run in the offensive zone. It's about game management. It's about shift management. It's about momentum. It's about discipline. It's about a commitment level. All those catchwords that coaches use, they kind of flow in those boxes. And there aren't very many analytic guys out there that can chart them. And to me, that makes the difference at the beginning, or from November till now.
So just to clarify, is there actually a little red box somewhere? Or
Well, you of all people are asking me that, hey? No. No. It's one day I had my marker and I put a little red box up and wrote a few things in there and it just stuck. So.
Okay. Adam Larson's.
We should rub that and get a genie out, right? And have 3 wishes. Is that what you're?
Adam Larson's status for Game 2. He wasn't out there today. Is it?
Yeah, you're going to find with our team and a lot of other teams that guys take rests. They get treatments. They get maintenance. Sometimes they got things going on away from the rink that they've got to take care of. So you'll see number 6 in the lineup tomorrow, and he'll be just fine.
McDavid said last night after the game that he felt like they had the puck for a lot of the night. What do you have to fix so you guys have the puck more?
Well, again, I don't think it's a lot of X's and O's. It's managing situations, and you can't play against that team tired. So I'll leave it at that.